Hey YouTube family and friends, welcome back to my channel. My name's Emma if you're new here, and today I thought it was time to put together a travel update and a life update about what we are up to with everything that is going on in the world. If you follow my channel and my blog that I put up weekly, you'll know that we are full-time travelling in Australia, and we have been for the last 8 months. And I thought you may be wondering what our plans are at the moment, where we're going, what we're doing. We are currently in Dubbo in New South Wales, about 3 hours out of Sydney. And yes, we have been affected by what is happening around the world. We have been doing a lot of social distancing. Living in a caravan is probably 80% of the time social distancing. We are by ourselves a lot of the time. We stay in free camps, which a lot of people don't stay at this time of the year because of the weather, even though it's absolutely beautiful. The popular time of the year to travel is June to December, so we are in the non-popular times, which means that the free camps is normally only 3 or 4 people, so there's so much space for everybody to park up. Also, when we travel, we don't tend to go into the big cities anyway. We don't go to malls a lot, only if we have to. What's happening in the world has affected our plans. Obviously, we found out last week that they were encouraging New Zealanders to get back to their country if that's what they wanted to do. And we also found out that if we left Australia, we wouldn't be able to get in because we're not Australians. So it's a really unsettling time. Now, I guess in most cases, if you were just over here for a holiday, you would want to get back to New Zealand. Yes, New Zealand is where our family and friends are. That is where the houses we own are. That is where our garage is filled with all our stuff. But at this point in our lives, our home is our caravan, and we will still continue to travel Australia. We don't feel there would be any point in rushing back to New Zealand. Our jobs are mobile, so we can work wherever we are. We were actually planning to go back to New Zealand, Queenstown, for a wedding, which has been postponed, which is really sad, so we won't get to see our family for quite a while, to November. But you know, we are still excited about our travel plans ahead, and then obviously going back to New Zealand later in the year. So our plan was to leave Dubbo, head down to Bathurst, through the Blue Mountains National Park and into Sydney. When we found out that the borders had closed, or are closing today at 4, we sort of went into a panic, like, what should we do? Should we get to the South Australian border, or we're going to have to isolate for 14 days? In the whole time we've been travelling, we have felt like we needed to be in a rush. That's not what our travel is. We don't feel like we need to get around Australia in a year. We don't feel like if we don't do a full lap of Australia, we are a failure. We just do what we feel is right for us on the day. And if we move 100 k's in one day and park up, that's fine. And sometimes we do 200 k's a day, and that's fine. And if in 5 months we decide we've had enough, we've had enough. We have no set plans, which is what we love, and it just gives us the flexibility to move and do what we want. And that is why, with everything going on in the world, we haven't felt too affected, where a lot of travellers I know in Australia who have only taken a year off work are really feeling the pinch about what they should do. When we heard the border to South Australia and WA were closing yesterday, we decided that we wouldn't rush to the South Australian border, because that is our plan where we were going to go after Sydney. We were going to go along the bottom and then choose to either continue along the bottom through South Australia and on to WA, or to go up to the Northern Territory, which is also closed. To get to South Australia it would have been 5 hours. We decided we still wanted to do heaps of stuff in New South Wales. We still want to go down to the Blue Mountains National Park, where I think it will be a beautiful spot to isolate in some way. I don't think there would be many people down there at the moment. I know that Sydney is practically in lockdown, so there would be no point in going into there. Who knows what will happen in a week or 2 weeks. As I said, we just play it by ear. We just do what we feel like on the day. At the moment in Australia, all non-essential travel is, I guess, banned. Being in a caravan is classed as essential travel. going to caravan parks. They are still open. They are, well, in New South Wales they are. They're classed as essential travel. We are still allowed to travel around New South Wales as long as we are practicing the social distancing rule. And you'll see whenever we have to go into shops, they've got like tables in front of the counters and stuff like that, so we are practicing that social distancing 1.5 metre rule. So our plans at this stage haven't really changed. We are still just travelling down New South Wales, and then we are going to go towards South Australia. We will most likely have to self-isolate when we get to South Australia, because I don't think the rules are changing until June, and we don't see ourselves being in New South Wales for over 2 months. So that means we will have to self-isolate for 14 days. That may seem difficult in a caravan. We'll need to decide what we do when we get there, if we hire an Airbnb for 2 weeks, or we just go to a caravan park where we just stay around our caravan for 2 weeks. You may wonder, and other travellers have been wondering, how do you empty your toilet if you're self-isolating? And what they have been saying is that if you do go to a caravan park, you need an ensuite cabin one, which means that you actually have a toilet on your site, and we could get food delivered. So there is a possibility that we will stay at a caravan park if we have to self-isolate. At the moment, we're not scared, we're not sad, we're not worried. Lots of fresh air. We are staying away from big cities because that's what we do anyway. We are staying in free camps. We are not close to many people, and we will continue to do this until someone tells us that we can't. We are taking this very seriously when we're travelling, and we have actually been dealing with this for quite some time, and what is happening in the world could have seriously affected our livelihood, our work, how we make our money, how we fund our travel, because both our companies are based in China. That is where our products are made, and we have been dealing with staffing issues. Will our factory go back to work? When will they go back to work? Customer issues, shipping issues, all those types of things, as well as just normal day-to-day things, and if we can travel or not, and if we can continue to travel or not around Australia. So it has been quite a stressful time, in particular for Mark, but we have had quite a bit of time to process it and think about what we want to do, because we found out this was happening pretty much as it happened, because we are in close contact with our team in China, and they obviously let us know when they had to close the factory and practically go into isolation and the city shut down. So it's been a long time coming, and there's been lots of other stuff going on, and fortunately our whole team is back at work, and the factory where our products are made are 100% back in production, which is not the case for a lot of companies. And I'm totally aware that a lot of people can't work from home and don't have that capability, so we know that we are really fortunate, and we will keep you updated with our travels. And I hope with everything still going on that I can still show you places that you can travel in Australia and all the amazing stuff you can do over here in a caravan. Sending all our love and hugs and thoughts to you in New Zealand, particularly with our friends and family, and all around the world, and we will see you next time. Hello, Levi. Oh, hello. You really need a haircut, don't you? Hey, Penelope.